Hey friends, welcome to another Luciano the Jumper video. In this case, we are going to be doing our next build video. This is going to be for Breath of the Wild. There are multiple Breath of the Wild jumps. There are two safe for work ones that I have seen that are based off of the video game. I have seen two safe for work fanfiction ones, and I have seen one not safe for work fanfiction one, which is also unironically one of the best Legend of Zelda jumps I've ever seen, even though everything is fairly not safe for work. It just has an incredible diversity of things that you can buy and that you can use in it, so that's definitely something worth considering. It is called Breathless Wild. I will not be linking it just because I don't want to get in trouble with the YouTube gods, but anyone who wants to go and find that and knows how to do so certainly can. I can definitely guide anyone who wants to figure out how to do that, but basically you have to know about the central repository for not safe for work jumps and jump chains. Finding those is not especially difficult, but we are going to go ahead and start talking about this particular jump. This is a special jump. I have been wanting to come here for a long time, but I wanted to have the right different variety of things before I went ahead and did that. So I am glad that I took my time and that I built up Luciano the Jumper to be able to withstand a lot of different things and have the diversity of skills and talents needed to really rock this setting. However, because of perks like Inverse Ninja Law and also perks like A Wish for Peace, we are now at a point where that is certainly something that we can do. This is a jump where we are going to be using 1500 choice points rather than the standard 1000 choice points we are going to be taking from our bank between interest from all the jumps that we do not use points from, and also all the times that we have put drawbacks and taken those points and put them into the bank. We definitely have enough. It's pretty cool. It is worth noting that this is a special jump that lets you choose between taking two rolls or doing something else. As you can see here, rolls is this jump's language, it's this jump's word choice for origins. We are going to be going ahead and grabbing the two rolls. We will be talking about those rolls in a second. We are going to be a Hylian in this setting, which is just probably what we're going to do for most Legend of Zelda jumps. We are not going to be Link. In fact, I don't think we're even going to be related to Link in this particular setting. I thought that would be fun for A Link to the Past. I don't really want to repeat it here, so we're just going to be another Hylian. We are not going to be beginning in Hateno Village. We are going to be beginning in the Great Plateau, presumably not far from where Link begins, maybe in another pod in the Shrine of Resurrection. There are going to be some unique homebrew rules that I'm going to be putting into this particular setting for when we actually do go over to our story, but I want to save those for the story. So for right now, we're just going to be talking about the main things that we're going to be doing. We are going to be a male Hylian. There are a wide range of different species options for this particular setting, for if you wanted to be something that wasn't standard, if you wanted to have a monster elf form, or if you wanted to have wings or be able to breathe underwater or be able to do things like eat rocks. And I know it sounds like I'm making fun of you, but hey, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. So it's worth noting that our two origins, as I believe I previously said, are going to be Researcher and Paragon. The different origins in this particular setting are linked to different characters that Link meets over the course of his journey. Researcher is Zelda, and it's also the Sheikah allies that Zelda makes and who stayed loyal to the Kingdom of Hyrule. And Paragon are for the champions, and also kind of Link. Link fits the mold for multiple different origins in this specific jump, but Paragon is debatably one of them. Link certainly becomes a Paragon if you do what you are supposed to do over the course of the actual game, but whether or not he starts off as one is something I suppose people can debate. I do not remember if there are generic undiscounted perks in this. We are not going to be getting them if there are, so we are going to be grabbing one piece of generic gear, of undiscounted gear, but we are not going to be grabbing anything like any generic perks. We're going to be doing what we normally do and investing in the origins and discounts that we have. So let's go ahead and do that right now. The first perk that we are going to be getting is the freebie for researchers. which is Shoulders of Giants. Shoulders of Giants is a very fun perk that makes you better at the formal, disciplined, documentarian side of science. Sparking innovation. I don't know why I said that wrong twice in a row. I feel like I was almost about to summon the sparkling equivalent of Beetlejuice. Um, this makes it so that you are now able to create basic ancient technology. This makes it so that you are able to create the blue flame that is an energy source for Sheikah tech, such as ancient gear and things like that. It can be used to fuel various magitech inventions and also to help you build basic ancient gear. It is written as a far more interesting perk that is going to heavily synergize with some perks that we are going to be getting in other settings. I do want to go ahead and grab that, and with that, we are going to be reduced down to, I believe, 1,200 points, just because we are using 1,500 for this particular setting. With this, you are able to use runes to code programs and create spells. If you create your own version of the Sheikah Slate with its own runes, that said, this is not super easy to do. There are a number of perks that could make this a lot easier, but lots of those perks are not found in this specific setting. I did not want to wait too long before I came to the setting because I love Breath of the Wild. This is probably my favorite Legend of Zelda game of all time. I think that it is such a nice change of pace for the Legend of Zelda series, or rather, such an interesting return to form. The next perk that we're going to be getting is the capstone for the researcher origin. It is called Atop the World. This makes it so that you are able to create guardians. You are able to create both the regular guardians and also eventually with time other greater guardians, including the divine beasts themselves. That said, this does not give you any sorts of protections that make them immune to corruption, but Luciano from other perks and other jumps already has that kind of thing. So with that, we are now down to 900 choice points. We are going to go ahead and move on down to the Paragon origin, so that way we can go ahead and grab the stuff from there. The free Paragon origin makes it so that you are able to get people on your side and that you are able to rally people together. The first perk that someone would have to pay for if they took this as one or of their only origin is Creme de la Creme, and this makes it so that you are able to master the gifts of your birth, and you are able to become effectively a peak member of your species. This is something that is very interesting because while Luciano is well beyond peak human at this point in their particular adventure, they actually do not have something that would necessarily make them automatically an alpha or a peak member of any of their other races that they eventually become over the course of their journey. So it's very nice to go ahead and change that. That is going to reduce us down to 800 total choice points left. Worthiest of Hands is a very fascinating perk that makes it so that you are able to effectively have a luck booster when it comes to doing the right thing and being a cool lad or lady or lady, as Luciano specifically is. And I really like this. It makes it so that Destiny will help you. It's effectively a kind of baby plot armor perk, which Luciano has minor forms of, but they don't have something quite this direct. I think it's very neat that they finally have that. That is going to reduce them down to 600 choice points, and then this final perk is going to reduce them down to 300 choice points. Ballad of the Champion is a perk that makes it so that you have a unique power, which in Luciano's case is going to be a copy of Link's ability to slow down time, kind of the Flurry Rush ability, which Luciano and I have just always really liked. I'm very excited to see Luciano finally have something like this. And after that, you are able to bless people with a somewhat limited version of this ability, which is limited mostly by a cooldown for other people. And Luciano will also be one of the successors to the original champions, having achieved a level that is not only the peak of their potential, but even going further beyond. Luciano at this point has become a very well known good boy character, and I think it's nice to have more perks that further emphasize that nature. Now we are going to go ahead and we are going to be grabbing the free items for our origins. We're also going to be grabbing the basic Sheikah slates. We are going to be upgrading that with our own abilities in the future, but I do want us to go ahead and take a glance at the free items that we are going to be able to get. I also believe that we'll go ahead and grab um, we'll go ahead and try to see if we could grab this version. No, I actually don't think that we're going to do that. We're going to grab the 100 choice points items for our origins as well. So the items that we're going to be grabbing for researcher are Snap and Pure as Notes. Snap is a camera. It's just a simple working camera. Pure as Notes is a set of notes on the rune that she discovered that was able to reverse her age. And obviously, it's worth noting that she was already at an extremely advanced age when she used the rune, which was the only reason she was able to survive it. So, the notes recommend that you make adjustments to it before you use it on yourself or you attempt to use it on anyone else, which Luciano will definitely look into doing. In addition to that, we are going to go ahead and grab the first two items for Paragon as well, Token of Valor and Banner of Brilliance. Token of Valor is a simple trinket that Luciano is going to have as a Hylian. We will say that it is the symbol of the royal family of Hyrule, just in a sort of babble form that they can have somewhere on their person. So that way, when they look at it, they can be reminded of home and they will be able to calm down and relax and use the power of good vibes to save the day. Banner of Brilliance is going to leave us at, I believe, exactly 100 choice points. We are going to be taking at least a few drawbacks so that way things can be a little bit better and we can put some money back into the bank. The Banner of Brilliance is a lovingly crafted article of clothing, which is in your favorite color, which in Luciano's case is blue. It is infused with hope and trust, and the wishes of those who call to be saved are weaved into it. This will protect Luciano with a blessing of safety, blunting some of their enemy attacks as if they were wearing a full set of armor. This is just a neat item to have. Luciano will be able to give it to people and use it to protect them. And after this, we are going to go ahead and push it to the limit, which is going to be a drawback that makes it so that the weapons and tools you find here are fragile. Every time you swing, you perform it as if every single one of your swings deal damage to the things that you wield, as though you've swung it 100 times in terms of wear and tear, making it so that even the sturdiest items only last a short while. This is part of the reason why I wanted to wait until after we had gone to Kill Bill, where we had grabbed some items, not some items, but some perks that allow us to undo some of the effects of this specific thing. We are also going to be grabbing Into Each Life, which is going to give us a total of 300 choice points. This makes it so that there's just going to constantly be rainstorms and thunderstorms causing howling winds to blow everywhere. That is not something that is going to be especially negative to Luciano, who has a wide range of abilities that allow them to overcome minor drawbacks like this. I believe that we are going to be talking about some of the abilities that Luciano has gained through some of their generic parkour stuff, which have never really been a major factor up until now, but because of them, Luciano is just going to be very fine in this particular circumstance. Let me see. Let me see if there's anything else that we want to grab. I definitely think that we want to grab Master Mode as well. Master Mode is just a thing that makes it so that you are playing the game in Master Mode, which bumps up every single enemy you see. Makes the world a little bit more dangerous and a little bit more chaotic. I think that that makes the setting a bit more fun and a bit more adventurous for Luciano, and Luciano definitely loves the adventure. It feels very weird to say my name in like the third person while referring to someone who is not me, but is also kind of me. Um, and that makes it so that we are going to have, wow, 700 points that we are going to be putting back into the bank. I absolutely love that. Let me see if there is anything else that I want to see. Yeah, I don't want to grab any of the other drawbacks. Um, some of these other drawbacks are definitely a little bit more intense than I believe even this version of Luciano is ready to take on. Even with things like super speed and all of the other stuff, I thought of a wide range of different ways to go and try and make this setting a little bit more different. I actually did think of doing the Hero of the Wild, Knights of Princess Zelda, and Chosen of the Master Sword combination. I thought that that would be kind of fun. However, I also remember that doing all of that would reduce Luciano to their body mod in addition to whatever else they get here. And I don't really want to do that. I feel like if I did, that would not be the most helpful thing to the type of adventure that I want Luciano to have here, because one of the things that I really like about this version of this jumper is that they are able to undo the harm that is going to be done to the setting and the harm that's already been done to the setting just by being a good lad and going from place to place, helping people, finishing quests, and doing all that kind of stuff. I definitely want to be able to keep that. And I did think about doing a modified version of the Hero of the Wild, Knights of Princess Zelda, and Chosen of the Master Sword combination where Luciano Link was still able to use perks from the Legend of Zelda jump that they had already been to. And then I realized that that would be kind of cheating and that would defeat the whole purpose of doing this in the gauntlet style that this proposes. So I decided not to do that. But Luciano already has so many rad perks. Um, it is worth noting that I am going to consider that the possibility of taking a companion from this specific setting. This is one of the possible settings that I have marked on my like list of jumps where it's possible that a companion could come from here. And if so, I will simply reduce the 200 choice points that that would have cost from the surplus that I'm going to be adding to the bank. Because even if I do that, we are still at the same number that we were before, just because that would take us down from, I believe, 700 to 500, and we used 500. We put them into this jump, so it's fine if we did that. It would not be an issue at all. That said, there was a lot of like little things that I wanted to get here, and I'm thinking of doing this in like an almost quest mode style. For those of you who don't know, quest mode is my like homebrew rules where you select an origin, or in some cases multiple origins, and you get all of the stuff from the origin, and then you go on the jump and you have the ability to unlock the other perks and items that the jump offers by completing like missions and behaving in ways that make sense for the origin. So in this particular setting, it would be entirely possible for our jumper lad to get everything except for the stalker stuff, just because I don't really like for this specific jumper to go and do evil things. I thought about doing like a chain where it was like a villain jumper, but I decided that I want my channel to be like more positive and stuff than that. So I decided not to do it. I definitely did think about it though. I thought that it would be kind of fun to do it. Now I'm mostly just giving people a chance to go and look through the rest of the jump doc. Although obviously I'm going to be putting the link to the jump doc in the channel in the video description for anyone who wants to go see it. This is my favorite Safe for Work Breath of the Wild jump. I really like this. I think that this is a balanced, thoughtful examination of the setting that gives you a wide range of options. I really like the ability to build guardians in other settings and the ability to build ancient gear. I think that that's really cool, and I think that you could have a lot of fun with that in the right either futuristic setting or past setting. I think it'd be kind of fun to see Guardians in like Star Wars or like Warhammer 40K, but I also think it'd be a lot of fun to see Guardians in something like Skyrim. And we are definitely eventually going to be doing settings like the Elder Scrolls and Minecraft. But as you guys can probably clearly see from how we waited so long to get here, there were definitely things that I wanted to grab before I came to the setting, just like there's things I want to grab before I go to like the Elder Scrolls or Minecraft. Although I've definitely thought about going to both of those settings, and I've 100% thought about going to it a lot sooner than this. That said, I'm so happy that we're finally here. This is going to be one of the major story settings for Luciano the Jumper. There is an extremely real chance that we are going to grab a companion from here, but I don't want to make any hard promises because companions are such not like chaos factors, but they definitely change how jumps feel. And I have wanted to keep this as mostly standard without thinking about complications. That's part of the reason why, even after we got the bank mode supplements, I haven't really used the additional 500 that I could have given myself at the start of every jump. Although I could also give myself like a lot more than that if I really wanted. I haven't used that because I like to keep things as standard as possible for the purpose of these videos. And if I start to get companions and import them, that's definitely going to complicate everything. I'm going to want to give you all their builds and help explain their character growth and progression. And I really like this being a solo journey. There are jumps that if I do visit, I know for sure we are going to be grabbing a companion or two. I'm not going to say which ones because I feel like some of them are very surprising. And I think it'd be fun for them to just to be surprising. So, but there's absolutely settings where if we visit them even once, we're grabbing somebody. We're taking someone on our journey and we're going on an adventure with them. That said, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. I know that I enjoyed making it. This was another video where I was filming in a different location, so I do hope that the audio works good. I hope that I can be heard. I'm speaking a little bit more loudly than I probably would normally in this specific setting, but I believe it should be fine. That said, I hope everyone has a great day. I cannot wait to talk to you all again, and I hope you're as excited to see the story for this video as I know I am.